What if I told you that your mind has no limits, except the ones you accept? Most people live their whole life without knowing how powerful their mind really is. They follow the same habits, the same fears, and the same small thinking. But what if you could change that? What if you could unlock a stronger, smarter, and more confident version of yourself? Welcome to Daily English Audio, where we grow step by step with simple and powerful ideas. Today, we are talking about something very powerful: your mind. Your mind is like a tool. If you use it in the right way, it can change your life. But if you don't understand it, it can hold you back. Many people think their limits are real, but in fact, most limits are just beliefs. In this video, you will learn how your thinking shapes your reality and how you can start changing it today. Your mind works like a filter between you and the world. And this means that what you believe has a strong effect on what you see, feel, and do every day. For example, if a person believes, "I am not good enough," they will act in a careful and fearful way. They may avoid new opportunities. And even when something good happens, they may not fully accept it because it does not match their belief. On the other hand, a person who believes, "I can learn and improve," will take more action, try new things, and grow faster, even if they make mistakes. This shows that the real difference is not talent or luck, but thinking patterns. Scientists and psychologists have studied this idea for many years, and they found that our brain can change over time. This is called neuroplasticity, which means the brain is flexible and can build new connections based on our thoughts and actions. When you repeat a thought again and again, your brain starts to accept it as true, and it becomes part of your automatic thinking. That is why negative thinking can be very dangerous, because it slowly builds a mental wall that stops you from growing. But the good news is that you can also train your mind in a positive way. By becoming aware of your thoughts, you can start to question them. Ask yourself, is this really true? Or is there another way to see this situation? This simple habit can open new doors in your mind. Also, your environment plays an important role. If you are always around negative people or negative content, your mind will follow that direction. But if you choose positive, educational, and inspiring content, your thinking will slowly change. Another important point is action. Thinking alone is not enough. When you take small actions, your brain receives new evidence that you are capable, and this builds confidence step by step. Even small wins are important because they send a strong message to your mind. I can do this. Over time, these small changes create a big transformation. So your limits are not fixed, they are flexible. The more you train your mind with positive, realistic, and growth-focused thinking, the more you will see new opportunities in your life. In the end, your mind can be your strongest power or your biggest barrier, and the choice is in your hands. Your daily habits shape your mind more than big decisions, and this is something many people do not realize. People often wait for a big moment to change their life, but real change happens in small, repeated actions. Your brain loves patterns, and when you do something again and again, it becomes easier and more automatic. For example, if you start your day by checking your phone and reading negative news, your mind becomes stressed and distracted. But if you start your day with something positive like reading, learning, or even a few minutes of quiet thinking, your mind becomes calmer and more focused. Over time, these small habits build your mental strength. Also, habits reduce the need for motivation. Many people say, "I don't feel motivated." But successful people don't wait for motivation, they follow their habits. When something becomes a habit, you do it even when you don't feel like it. This is very powerful because it helps you stay consistent. Another important idea is that habits create identity. If you study every day, even for a short time, you start to see yourself as a learner. If you exercise regularly, you begin to see yourself as a healthy person. This identity change is very important because it affects your future actions. You start to act in a way that matches your new identity. Also, it is important to start small. Many people try to change everything at once, and then they fail because it is too difficult. But if you start with one small habit, like reading for 10 minutes or writing a few lines every day, it is easier to continue. Small habits grow over time. In addition, you should make your habits easy and clear. For example, choose a fixed time and place for your habit. This helps your brain connect the activity with a specific moment. Another helpful method is to connect a new habit with an old one, like studying after drinking tea or exercising after waking up. This makes it easier to remember. In the end, your daily habits are like building blocks. Each small action may seem unimportant, but together they create your future. So, if you want a strong and limitless mind, start by building strong daily habits, because what you do every day is more powerful than what you do once in a while. Your environment has a strong influence on your thinking, your behavior, and even your future, and many people do not pay enough attention to this. Environment does not only mean the physical place where you live, but also the people you spend time with, the content you watch, and the information you consume every day. Your brain is always learning from what is around you, even when you are not aware of it. For example, if you are always around people who complain, doubt themselves, and avoid challenges, your mind slowly accepts this as normal behavior. You may start thinking in the same way without realizing it. On the other hand, if you spend time with people who are positive, active, and focused on growth, your thinking will begin to change in that direction. This is why many successful people choose their environment carefully. They understand that growth is not only about personal effort, but also about the influence of surroundings. Also, in today's world, digital environment is very important. What you watch on your phone, what you read online, and who you follow on social media all affect your mindset. If you spend hours watching negative or useless content, your mind becomes tired and unfocused. But if you choose educational videos, inspiring stories, and useful knowledge, your brain becomes stronger and more creative. Another important point is that your environment can either support your goals or make them harder. For example, if you want to study but your space is noisy and full of distractions, it will be difficult to focus. But if you create a clean, quiet, and organized space, your mind can work better. Small changes in your environment can create big changes in your results. Also, you do not need to change everything at once. You can start with small steps, like spending less time with negative influences, organizing your study area, or choosing better content. Over time, these small changes create a more supportive environment. In the end, your environment is like a silent teacher. It is always shaping your mind, your habits, and your decisions. So, if you want to grow and reach your potential, you must take control of your environment and choose what helps you become better, stronger, and more focused. Taking action is one of the most powerful ways to build a strong mind, but many people stay stuck because they wait too long before they start. They think they need to feel ready, confident, or perfect before taking action, but this is not true. In reality, confidence comes after action, not before it. When you take even a small step, your brain begins to see that you are capable, and this creates a positive cycle. For example, if someone wants to learn English but feels afraid to speak, they may wait for the right moment. But that moment may never come. However, if they start speaking, even with mistakes, they begin to improve. Each small action gives feedback to the brain. I can do this. Over time, this builds real confidence. Another important idea is that action reduces fear. Fear often grows when we think too much and do nothing. Our mind creates many negative possibilities, and this makes us feel stuck. But when we act, we face reality, and most of the time, reality is not as bad as our imagination. Also, action helps you learn faster. You can read and watch videos, but real learning happens when you practice. Mistakes are part of the process, and they are not a sign of failure, but a sign of progress. People who succeed are not people who never fail, but people who keep going after failure. It is also important to start small. You do not need to do something big to move forward. Even a small action like studying for 15 minutes, writing a short paragraph, or trying something new can create momentum. Momentum means that once you start, it becomes easier to continue. Another helpful idea is to focus on consistency, not perfection. Many people stop because they want everything to be perfect, but perfection slows you down. It is better to take imperfect action than no action at all. Over time, your actions will improve naturally. In the end, Action is the bridge between your thoughts and your results. Without action, even the best ideas remain just ideas. So, if you want to grow your mind and change your life, stop waiting and start doing, because every small step you take brings you closer to your goals. Believing in growth is one of the most important changes you can make in your mind, and this idea can completely transform how you see yourself and your future. Many people have a fixed mindset, which means they believe their abilities are limited and cannot change. They may say, "I am not smart," or "I am not good at this," and they accept these thoughts as facts. But in reality, skills and abilities can improve with time, effort, and the right method. This is called a growth mindset. When you believe that you can improve, you become more open to learning, more willing to try new things, and less afraid of failure. Failure becomes a lesson, not a final result. For example, when a student with a fixed mindset gets a low score, they may feel discouraged and stop trying. But a student with a growth mindset will ask, "What can I learn from this?" and try again with a better plan. This difference in thinking creates very different results over time. Also, a growth mindset helps you stay strong during challenges. Life is not always easy and there will be difficult moments. But if you believe that you can grow through challenges, you will not give up easily. Instead, you will see problems as opportunities to become stronger. Another important point is the way you talk to yourself. Your inner voice has a big influence on your mindset. If you always say negative things to yourself, your confidence will decrease. But if you use positive and realistic language like "I am learning" or "I will improve step by step," your mind becomes more supportive. This does not mean ignoring problems, but facing them with a constructive attitude. In addition, it is helpful to celebrate progress, even small progress. Many people focus only on big results and forget how far they have come. But recognizing small improvements keeps you motivated and focused. Over time, these small steps create big success. In the end, your mindset is like a lens through which you see the world. If you choose a growth mindset, you will see more possibilities, more opportunities, and more hope. And this can change not only your mind, but your entire life. Focus is one of the most valuable skills you can build in your life, but today it is also one of the most difficult skills to maintain. We live in a world full of distractions, where your phone, social media, and constant notifications are always trying to take your attention. Many people think they have a motivation problem, but in reality, they have a focus problem. When your mind is always moving from one thing to another, it becomes weak and tired. You may start many tasks, but you finish very few. On the other hand, when you train your focus, your mind becomes stronger and more effective. You can complete tasks faster, learn better, and feel more satisfied with your work. One important idea is that focus is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. But if you always give in to distractions, your focus becomes weaker. That is why it is important to create simple rules for yourself. For example, you can decide to work for 25 or 30 minutes without checking your phone and then take a short break. This method helps your brain stay active and not feel tired. Also, your environment plays a big role in your focus. If your space is full of noise and interruptions, it is very difficult to concentrate. But if you create a quiet and clean space, your mind can work better. Another important point is to do one thing at a time. Many people believe that multitasking is a good skill, but studies show that it actually reduces productivity. When you try to do many things at once, your brain switches between tasks, and this wastes time and energy. It is better to focus fully on one task, complete it, and then move to the next. Also, it is helpful to have clear goals. When you know exactly what you need to do, your mind has direction. Without clear goals, it is easy to get distracted. In addition, taking care of your body supports your focus. Good sleep, healthy food, and regular breaks help your brain stay sharp. In the end, focus is not about working harder, but working smarter. When you protect your attention and use it wisely, you can achieve more in less time and feel more in control of your life. Self-discipline is the ability to do what is necessary even when you do not feel like doing it, and this is one of the strongest powers you can build in your mind. Many people depend on motivation, but motivation is not always there. Some days you feel excited and ready to work, but other days you feel tired, bored, or distracted. If you only act when you feel motivated, your progress will be slow and inconsistent. This is where self-discipline becomes important. Discipline helps you continue even when your emotions are not helping you. It is like a guide that keeps you on the right path. One important idea is that discipline is a skill, not something you are born with. You can train it step by step. For example, you can start by setting small rules for yourself, like studying at the same time every day or finishing a task before relaxing. When you follow these rules, even in small ways, you build trust in yourself. This trust is very powerful because it shows your mind that you are reliable. Another helpful method is to reduce decisions. When you plan your day in advance, you do not need to think too much about what to do next. This saves energy and makes it easier to stay disciplined. Also, it is important to remove temptations. If something distracts you, like your phone or social media, try to keep it away during your work time. This makes discipline easier because you do not need to fight the temptation all the time. Another key point is to accept discomfort. Discipline often means doing things that are not easy or not fun at the moment, but they are important for your future. For example, studying, exercising, or learning a new skill may feel difficult at first, but they bring long-term benefits. People who succeed understand this and are willing to accept short-term discomfort for long-term success. It is also helpful to remind yourself of your goals. When you remember why you started, it becomes easier to stay committed. In the end, self-discipline is not about being perfect, but about being consistent. It helps you take control of your actions and build a strong and reliable mind that can achieve real results over time. Managing your emotions is a key part of building a strong and balanced mind, but many people do not learn how to do this effectively. Emotions are natural, and everyone experiences them, but the way you respond to your emotions makes a big difference in your life. Some people react quickly without thinking, and this can lead to mistakes, conflict, or regret. Others learn how to pause, understand their feelings, and respond in a calm and controlled way. This skill is called emotional intelligence, and it can improve your relationships, your decisions, and your overall well-being. One important idea is that emotions are signals, not commands. Just because you feel something does not mean you must act on it immediately. For example, if you feel angry, it does not mean you should say something hurtful. Instead, you can take a moment, breathe, and think before you act. This simple pause can change the outcome of many situations. Another important point is to become aware of your emotions. Many people feel stressed or upset, but they do not stop to ask why. When you understand the reason behind your feelings, you can deal with them more effectively. For example, if you feel nervous before an important task, it may be because you care about the result. Instead of seeing this as a problem, you can see it as energy that helps you prepare better. Also, it is important to express your emotions in a healthy way. Talking to someone you trust, writing your thoughts, or taking a break can help you release stress. Keeping everything inside can make your mind heavy and tired. Another helpful habit is to focus on what you can control. Many emotions come from worrying about things that are outside your control. When you bring your attention back to your actions and choices, you feel more stable and confident. In addition, practicing gratitude can improve your emotional state. When you focus on what is good in your life, your mind becomes more positive and balanced. In the end, managing your emotions does not mean ignoring them, but understanding and guiding them in a smart way. This helps you stay calm, make better decisions, and build stronger connections with others. Continuous learning is one of the most powerful ways to keep your mind active, flexible, and strong, and it is a key factor in long-term success. Many people stop learning after school or university, but in today's fast-changing world, learning should never stop. New skills, new ideas, and new technologies are always developing, and those who continue to learn can adapt and grow more easily. Learning is not only about gaining information, but also about improving the way you think and understand the world. One important idea is that learning can happen in many forms. You do not need to be in a classroom to learn. You can read books, listen to podcasts, watch educational videos, or learn from your own experiences. Every day is an opportunity to learn something new. Another key point is curiosity. When you are curious, you ask questions, explore ideas, and look for deeper understanding. This makes learning more enjoyable and more effective. Also, it is important to apply what you learn. Knowledge becomes powerful when you use it in real life. For example, if you learn new English words, try to use them in speaking or writing. This helps your brain remember and understand better. Another helpful idea is to learn step by step. Many people feel overwhelmed when they try to learn too much at once. But if you focus on small, clear goals, learning becomes easier and more manageable. Also, it is important to accept that learning takes time. You will not become an expert in one day, and that is okay. Progress is more important than speed. Another important point is to learn from mistakes. Mistakes are not failures but valuable lessons. When you make a mistake, you discover what does not work, and this brings you closer to success. In addition, learning with others can be very helpful. Sharing ideas, asking questions, and discussing topics can give you new perspectives. In the end, continuous learning keeps your mind alive and growing. It helps you stay confident, adaptable, and ready for new challenges. When you make learning a part of your daily life, you open the door to endless possibilities and a stronger, more capable version of yourself. Setting clear goals gives your mind direction and purpose, and without goals, it is easy to feel lost or unmotivated. Many people say they want success, happiness, or improvement, but they do not define what these things really mean for them. When your goals are not clear, your mind does not know where to focus, and your energy becomes scattered. On the other hand, when you have clear and specific goals, your brain starts to organize your thoughts and actions in a more effective way. For example, instead of saying, "I want to learn English," you can say, "I want to improve my speaking by practicing 20 minutes every day." This kind of goal is clear, measurable, and easier to follow. Another important idea is to break big goals into smaller steps. Large goals can feel difficult and even scary, but when you divide them into small tasks, they become more manageable. Each small step gives you a sense of progress, and this keeps you motivated. Also, writing your goals is very powerful. When you write them down, they become more real and more important in your mind. It also helps you remember them and track your progress. Another key point is to review your goals regularly. Life changes, and sometimes your goals may need to change too. By checking your goals from time to time, you can stay on the right path and make adjustments when needed. It is also important to connect your goals with your values. When your goals are meaningful to you, you are more likely to stay committed. For example, if you learn English to build a better future or to help your family, your motivation becomes stronger. In addition, it is helpful to imagine your success. When you visualize your goal clearly, your brain starts to see it as possible, and this increases your confidence. In the end, goals are like a map for your life. They guide your actions, focus your energy, and help you move forward with purpose. When you set clear and meaningful goals, you give your mind a strong direction and a reason to grow. Patience and consistency are the final keys to building a truly strong and limitless mind, and without them, even the best plans can fail. Many people want quick results, and they feel frustrated when success does not come immediately. But real growth takes time, and it happens step by step. Just like a tree needs time to grow strong roots before it becomes tall, your mind also needs time to develop strength and stability. When you are patient, you understand that progress is not always fast or easy, but it is still happening. This helps you stay calm and focused, even when results are slow. Consistency is also very important because small actions repeated over time create big results. Doing something once or twice is not enough, but doing it regularly builds real change. For example, studying for 1 hour in one day is good, but studying for 20 minutes every day is more powerful in the long term. Another important idea is to trust the process. Sometimes you may not see immediate results, and this can make you doubt yourself. But if you continue your efforts, the results will come. Many successful people did not achieve their goals quickly, but they stayed consistent and patient. Also, it is important to avoid comparing yourself with others. Everyone has a different journey, and comparing can make you feel discouraged. Instead, focus on your own progress and how much you have improved over time. Another helpful habit is to celebrate small wins. Even small progress is important, and recognizing it keeps you motivated. In addition, remember that setbacks are part of the journey. There will be days when things do not go as planned, but this does not mean failure. It is simply part of learning and growing. When you accept this, you become stronger and more resilient. In the end, patience and consistency are what turn effort into success. They help you stay on your path, build strong habits, and create lasting change in your mind and your life. Now you understand something very important. Your mind is not fixed. It is flexible, powerful, and full of potential. Everything you think, every habit you build, every action you take, and every belief you accept is shaping your future. You are not limited by your past, your fears, or your current situation. The only real limit is the one you choose to accept. If you change your thinking, you can change your life. Start with small steps, stay consistent, and believe in your ability to grow. You do not need to be perfect. You just need to keep moving forward. Every day is a new chance to build a better version of yourself. And remember, your mind can either hold you back or take you forward. The choice is always yours. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Daily English Audio, and continue your journey toward a stronger and more limitless mind.